Moving on to the Google Analytics, which was obviously the January event, very much measure and actually look at what you've measured so you can react accordingly. We had the whole, everybody looks at the dashboard and goes, yes, I've looked at my analytics, I'll now go and have some tea. And that doesn't really help. Lots of people have already installed Google Analytics now, which is great. Lots of you have set up goals, which is great. We've done the first benchmark report, which went out to 29 companies that have shared their analytics, which was good. Obviously encourage everybody else to share their analytics, or anybody, eBusiness champions. Sort of proper examples. This is one of Catherine's sites. Catherine's actually got two sites. This isn't her main site, but like other people, she paid money to have a site developed, and there's a lot of frustrations because she can't make as many changes as she wants, and she knows she needs to make changes. So she went and had a quick and easy WordPress site put together where she can change stuff and she can experiment. And actually this site is doing really well for search now, including geographical, because hers is quite local, so she can do sort of Derby, Nottingham, Grantham, work all that into it. We've had a look at her Google Analytics, and we spotted for this driving ergonomics site, she had loads of traffic coming in for all these relevant phrases, and they were all bouncing at 100%. So this is just bleeding potential traffic. So we've had a look, and this comes back to usability, but it's stuff you spot through your analytics account. So we've changed tiny little things. We've moved this up a little bit, the actual products, and we've made the headers and the images links. Because before you got a page and you couldn't do anything. It's back to this, don't lead them down a dead end where you can't do anything. So this is a little bit now of a wait and see. But hopefully by the fact that you can click on things, should change that bounce rate. She's done similar on a different section which had a bounce rate over 60% and changed that to 20%. So small things, but well worth doing. It doesn't take long to make these links, and if it makes a big difference, worth doing.
Is that changing the content of WordPress, or is it changed in the template of WordPress?
It's changed in the content.
Okay, so you can do it as an end user?
Yeah, you can. It was very quick job to change.
Do you know if did she design the template herself, or did you get someone to write the template for her?
No, she had someone set it all up initially, but I shouldn't say prices, but I think she only paid £200 or very, very little to have this set up. So to have a quick site set up which you have full control over and can do anything with and test and change and cross-link to, it's worth doing just so you can have a little test and try, and it's a little sandbox where it doesn't really matter if it goes wrong and you're not interfering with your main branding and your main site. But yeah, good little site that's doing really well even though it wasn't set up to do so. Another example of analytics is the nursery decoration store. We had a look at her keywords as well. This is key. Everybody must always look at their keywords in Google Analytics. It will tell you what your main key phrases are that brings traffic to your site. And in this case, there was specific products absolutely spot on for what she sells, and they were bouncing at over 80%. And when you check, you put that phrase into Google, they don't land on that product's page. They land on a different page. And this happens a lot. And a lot of the time, people aren't aware that the landing page or the page served up in Google isn't actually the most relevant one. So always keep a look out for these bounce rates and make sure to do the changes accordingly. So currently, Anna's working on optimizing the right pages for the right keywords so they will land in the right pages and not bounce. Because it's traffic just bleeding by. If you had a shop and people just went in and left straight away, you would start to question what happened. But it's easy to accidentally ignore on a website. We're trying to set up some goals as well, but it's an off-the-shelf shopping cart and it's proving more tricky than initially. Has anybody else had problems setting up goals on an off-the-shelf shopping cart? No, it can be a little bit tricky guessing the right URLs at the moment. Another quick example of Google Analytics is Tuxedo Shirts. New site, but doing really well. And they've got this incredible bounce rate of less than 2%, which most people can just dream of. They've got lots of increasing traffic. For 3 months, it's just gone up, up, up since we started measuring it. They've got excellent generic keywords generating the traffic. The company name doesn't even appear in their top 10 for phrases bringing traffic in. So the next thing for Graham to look at now is the conversion, because at the moment the site isn't actually converting. So it's bringing in lots of traffic but not converting. So he's at the moment redesigning the homepage and the product page and working on a blog. So good site to watch and see what happens. And again, it's a good example of a site that's used social media and interacting. He had a design competition going, because he clearly does all these funky kind of backs on shirts, and he had a design competition going where people could submit ideas for designs, and he does a lot of stuff on Twitter, and it's clearly worked very well for his traffic levels and bounce rates.